ignorance there is about the process, people will tend to think, well, that's what happens when I get divorced, maybe, because that's the area that most people come across it. We've had, in the media, very little laws on, there's a lot of movement toward bringing ADR into the court system in the UK, and we've had a recent consumer ADR laws in Europe. So it's bundled in with arbitration and adjudication, which of course are totally separate, not mediation. We've had one, as far as I can gather, one television drama series about mediation, fairly legal, which got it all completely wrong. The mediator settled a case once by pulling a pistol out onto the table, and also settled the case and then told the client what had been settled. So my point is, it seems to me that the public need to understand what we're talking about, first of all. We've got a Judge Judy that lets everyone know about adjudication. Maybe we need a mediator Judy or a mediator Beverley.
I was asked to do a 8-part series for a station called Lifetime. I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. The last thing I want to do is to be on a television program. Of course, there was that struggle that I had. I want to promote mediation, but I really don't want to compromise confidentiality and neutrality, and I know they're going to spin it, and I know they're going to edit it, because it's an American station, and it's going to be all about how awful divorce is, and the affairs that are going on, and it's going to be spun. And that's why I didn't do it. I think talking at conferences, I think IMI is really important in this, because I think it adds legitimacy and credibility. If you have an international organization and people going around who are credible, spreading the word. But it does, in my view, it somewhat has to come from the bottom up, and then when you're in a position to influence, like I was, I then spoke to the legislatures, and we got it mandatory. So when you are in a position which is more, you have more credibility with those people, it's then your duty, I think, to step in and say, you're going to listen to me now, are you? Great, let's have a conversation. I think that's pretty difficult for people when they're just starting off. I do, and that's why I think organizations like IMI are so important. Does that answer your question? People in positions who have more influence need to step up. I think I'm doing my part. I hope other people are doing their part. Coming to things like this are really important for me. And also, giving back in terms of pro bono work and teaching at Northwestern.